Hey Doodles, it's Smurf here, and I've made a bit of progress so far with my peacock in support of Hanna Karlzon. This is from her Daydreams book. I'll just try and show you. So I've got most of these feathers down here done with the particular colours that I have out at the moment. So I thought I'd just work on them till that was done, so I didn't confuse myself with too many different colours. And yeah, so I thought today I'd just show you what colours I've been using for in here, so this part here, and for in the eye of the peacock as well. So the three colours I'm using for around in this part is my darkest tone is Terracotta, my mid-tone is light yellow ochre, and my lightest tone is Naples Yellow. So we'll go ahead and show you a little bit of that. So this has been taking me a rather long time. I've been working on it pretty much daily, and yeah, this is how far I've gotten. The Polychromos are wonderful pencils, but they take a lot of patience to get the desired results out of them. They are not for fast colouring, but as you can see, it's looking, well, I personally think it's looking quite, you know, cute. So worth it in a sense, but very, very time consuming. So this is good in the sense that it's showing me how long it would take to complete an artwork. Right, pulling the ring light down here. That'll do. Hopefully that will stop some of the shadows. So yes, so I've just put in my darkest tone there, which was the Terracotta again. Now I'm just going to go in with my mid-tone, which is the light yellow ochre. And I don't try and make it perfect the first time. So I just put in a bit of that colour over the top of the dark tone and around the edges. And sorry if you can hear every tiny little bit of my breathing, but obviously because I've got my cell phone up here, the mic receiver is very close to my head. So gone through lightly with the mid-tone, now just with the light tone. I find that you sharpen your pencils when you want real fine detail, and then when they get a little bit stubby like this, it's still okay for just general like colouring, blending. So that's alright. Now even though it looks very similar, I've used a whole different tri-tone. Is it tri-tone? Yeah. Well, I've used a whole different free set of pencils for the outside of the peacock's feathers there. So then now that I've done that, what I do is I get the terracotta, and I want it a little bit sharper. So I'm going to try and get a little bit more sharpening out of it with this handy dandy M&R sharpener. It's my, oh, well, let's see what I can do here. See, so it just sharpens the lead and not the wood. So theoretically I shouldn't be wasting my pencil as much as I otherwise would be if I'd chucked it in my other sharpener and just ground it down. Trying to get the most out of my pencils. So then I just go in here and sharpen that up again. And then I just decide from, you know, by eye, whether that's going to be dark enough in comparison to what I've done elsewhere. And just kind of judge whether I'm happy with how it's looking. So what I will do is get in a little bit more of my mid-tone, which always seems to soften up the darkest tone a bit, so half the time you have to go in and over that again. They're really very good at blending with each other, which is really good, but not always particularly wanted. So I'll just try and sharpen that in again. Just slowly increasing the colour, really. Alright, and that'll do for those colours. Now, the very centre part of the eye here, I have, so this mid, well, we'll call it the pupil, and then the iris. I've got these two colours here that I've been using. So the darkest one is the Indanthrene Blue, if that's how you say it. And then we've got Helioblue Reddish. So, darkest one, right in the middle there. Until we're happy with that by eye. It gets a little bit hard sometimes to judge because of all the lights reflecting whether I've coloured it in properly. So, and then coming in with the Helioblue Reddish around this side. Is that reflection or what? Who knows, but we're going in with a bit more. So there's that bit done. And then for around the pupil and iris area, I've got two colours. So this is my darker one, obviously. That's Cobalt Turquoise, and then I've got Cobalt Green. So I just do it very lightly to start with. Not worrying about filling in all of the tooth. Trying to avoid my little circles. So then I'll do a second layer over the top, but not right down here because I want these two colours to kind of mush together when I put the Cobalt Green down there, which to me looks like a blue, but as I said, my eyes are pretty crappy at distinguishing between particular shades, colours. Only had one cup of coffee, guys. Right. So I just start over it. And with this one, I'm just going to try and increase the colour as much as I can. Try and fill in that tooth. So the longer I've been using the Polychromos, the more confident I'm getting with what I can do with them. So things have started progressing a little bit faster than they were originally, as I become more confident with using them. So that's nice. Then back in with the Cobalt Turquoise. Now I'm actually working on trying to fill the tooth in. Make that as vibrant as I possibly can. Oops. Get my handy dandy eraser in there. And then back in with the Cobalt Green. And again, just trying to fill in the tooth as much as possible, which doesn't appear to be working very well. So give it a little bit sharpener. So I'm just gonna see if I can sharpen this lead without actually having to sharpen the pencil barrel itself. Which appears to have sharpened it up a bit, so there we go, that's better. Ooh, I'm getting the hiccups. So there we go. That's how I've been doing that portion of the peacock feather. So anyway, I will leave it at that. You don't need to watch me do that for another 3 leaves. Leaves. I don't know why I keep calling them leaves. Feathers. I know that they're feathers, guys. I'm not completely insane. Just a little bit. So I hope that's been helpful for someone, and if not, I hope it's at least been a little bit entertaining. Probably not, but anyhow, so I'll just get it here so you can see how I've been going. Can't quite make my boom go where I want it to, but I'm still learning, if that's what you would call it. So getting there. I mean, I haven't even finished 1 page in a month, but it's been an invaluable learning tool, and it's nice to support Hanna Karlzon in such a small, tiny way. So that's from me today, guys. Keep on doodling.